Hey guys, Andrew Huang here for Gamers Heaven. As you guys know me from TikTok as Gamers Heaven Andrew. Just wanted to actually just make this introduction because the way I recorded the video, I decided, hey, I should probably flip the way I spoke about the lifetime memberships and what we're doing with it. So for those of you who just want info, you guys can get the info first and then find the reasoning behind it. So you're gonna be watching this video in reverse order. So I reversed the order there and stuff. But I really do hope and consider that you guys watch the end of the video to understand fully what we're trying to do with everything. And at the end of the day, I still appreciate you taking the time to come to this video to at least see what we're about and what we're trying to do. Because obviously you guys probably came from the TikTok video that I'm about to record actually right after this one here. And so again, just appreciate your time and consideration. And let's go. What about the lifetime membership? So why get a lifetime membership? The lifetime membership here, yes, $2,000. Oh my goodness. A lot of people, once they hear what it's about, they're gonna go back and forth. But yes, if you want to think about it right now, our current membership is $40 a month, $400 for the year. And before a lot of you react, a lot of people end up actually not ever having to pay for a membership because they get it through their points. Especially for a lot of my customers who buy like Magic and more the expensive products and whatnot, they usually have enough points to get a free annual membership out of it. But most of the time, no one really pays for, even if they don't get memberships, paying to play in the store and stuff, they buy enough food and drinks while they're there, it gets covered. But still, why consider a membership? Well, it is for, like it says, a lifetime. So it's not just 1 year, 5 years, it's a lifetime. It's pretty much an investment because you're buying it believing that we are going to be here for the long haul, because it's going to be good at every current and future Gamers Heaven locations and affiliated partners and businesses that we develop. So for those of you who understand what I'm trying to do with our business, it's not just what you see right now. I am trying to bring Akihabara Japan to America in one form or another. That's my end game. So anything between what we have now and what that is, it's free game. So everything from like Japanese barbecue, yakiniku, karaoke, pachinko parlors, arcades, capsule hotels, manga cafes, micro apartments, you name it. Japanese freaking bathhouses. I have an ambitious, and some people may view it as impossible benchmarking goal, but you know what? That's what you can look forward to. With the more support that I receive, the more resources I get, the more stores we open, the more customers we get, that is what we're going to try to head to. And so your membership is going to be good at all those places for life. As we add on more affiliated business and stuff, like eventually the business will become almost like a la carte, but you guys are locked into everything. On top of that, you will also get discounts, 5%, on all purchases in store and online. And on top of that too, those discounts, if we, let's say, partner up with another company and brand, let's say Best Buy, we partner up with them and say, hey, with this partnership, we will ask that you honor any Gamers Heaven members discount of 5%. You give them right off, whatever discounts you guys already have, they get the additional 5% off and things like that. On top of that, you never have to worry about table fees. I know this is controversial for some people and stuff, but at the end of the day, again, we don't charge for tables as long as people patron the store. Spend $10 in store, you get 10 points. You redeem those 10 points for a free table pass. But you know what? Some people want to be like, hey, can I just accumulate those points and get free stuff out of it? Yes. If you have a lifetime membership, a membership in general, you never have to worry about those points to play at the table space, and you can just accumulate them. You also get half off all of our standard PC and console rentals. So premium stations like the streaming stations and stuff will have different discount rates, but you get half off those rentals. You also get half off private room rentals. So right now the D&D room, the PS5 room, and the 4K theater space, half off. Any additional rooms that we develop, half off, which will automatically save you a ton. And the money that you would have spent on those rentals, the other additional half, or memberships, now you can use towards points to redeem for either free time on those things, free items, free food and drinks. You can do what you want to do with it. Also, as members, you get first dibs actually, to any exclusive drops or pre-orders that we do. So for example, let's say we partner up with Mischief again, like the company, and they decide, hey, we're going to do an exclusive drop of 500 shirts, let's just say. Our lifetime members get first dibs to order them. They get a window to go ahead and they get first dibs at it. Then our regular members do, and then whatever's left over, the general public then has access to. And it'll be like that for every major merch drop or exclusive drops that we do. Any major pre-order items, so some things that are super limited. So we know that, hey, we're getting limited X amount of, like, let's say a Magic release or Pokemon release, and we know we're only getting like 2 boxes. Lifetime members get first dibs, then the members, then the general public. And then you're gonna have your own member exclusive website that you're going to be able to go to and shop for member-only items. You're also going to be getting an annual swag box, because with our normal annual memberships that each store is going to be able to sell in the future, they're going to have a free welcome box. So hopefully by then we'll have different partners and different brands sponsoring us and stuff. So that swag box will be filled with a lot of stuff. But ultimately, it'll come with their annual ID card, some different swag like t-shirts and whatever. You're going to get that as a lifetime member for life, just because you're a lifetime member. So you get whatever annual packages come out. You also get a metal ID card. So I'm still not allowed to show it quite yet, just because my team wanted to reveal the card to everyone once we received them. We've got the final numbers and everything. But this is a render of the back of the card. This is going to be a matte black metal ID card. So you see it there? It's a matte black with a laser cut with our D-pad logo and stuff, and they will be numbered. So they'll be numbered out of 150. And yes, they will be limited to 150. We have sold 40 so far, so there's 110 available right now. And why are we limiting it to 150? And why are we cutting it off at the end of the month here? It's because we have franchise stores that need to make their bread and butter as well. If I sold lifetime member to everybody, then there would be no memberships to sell or try promote the loyalty system to. So, that's kind of where we're at here. And so, and that's why, and on the last thing of why the lifetime memberships are appealing to some people and why some people are viewing it as an investment, is because they'll be resellable. And that's going to be the biggest thing. After 1 year of holding it, you're going to be able to sell it on the marketplace that we developed for you guys to another individual for a 10% transfer fee, obviously. So sort of like an NFT, but controlled by us. And why would you do that? Or why would someone consider doing that? Because of the things I listed earlier. So if we end up expanding, let's say, we hit our goal within the next 4 years, we open up 50 stores or more, or even 10 years from now, we have 100 plus stores. We have all these affiliated businesses, all these business partners and whatnot, and we're also international. That lifetime member all of a sudden becomes very appealing for someone, because you know what? Inflation is going to happen. A lot of you are experiencing it right now, but inflation is going to keep continuing to happen. So our membership prices and services and everything are going to keep increasing over time. That discount is going to start adding up very quickly for a lot of people. And then once you're able to sell it, you're going to be able to sell for a pretty healthy profit. And that's the goal here. Again, not guaranteed, because just like regular investments, the risk is if we fail as a company and we end up closing and declaring bankruptcy, now it is worthless. That's the risk you take buying almost anything, especially like collectors. Because let's say, not saying that it will happen, but heaven forbid if Magic or Pokemon just die. All of a sudden, these people who spent millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these hobbies now have worthless pieces of paper. Now, you can say that will never happen, but you can never say never, just because nothing's guaranteed in life. Again, that's a moot point if you believe in what I do and the work ethic that I do have. While you may hear me speak of the financial concerns I have here, ladies and gentlemen, I have been dealing with that the entire time for the last 6.5 years. And it's not stopped me growing this business to where it is today. But, why are we doing donations, and why are we trying to raise this working capital? What are we trying to do for 2022? What are you doing with all this? Are you just trying to steal money? No. It's a lot more than, just what you guys have seen online and stuff. And a lot of you guys don't realize what goes on the back end. And a lot of you already don't know too, early in 2021, we initially did a lifetime membership drive in order to raise money to go ahead and hire, additional staff members that we needed to cover the store so that me and my team could focus on the franchise and expansion efforts. But what are we trying to do with the lifetime membership sale? So before I even get into the benefits of the lifetime memberships and what it really goes into outside the details that are highlighted in the video, in the webpage there, we're trying to currently raise working capital for the business. We are currently in the middle of an investment round. So we're meeting with private investors, venture capital firms throughout the next month or two here to raise some capital to go ahead. And so we can finally tackle not just 2022, but for once in the last 6.5 years of me running this business, actually start and operate with a proper budget. Because up till now, it's been a lot of debt financing, micro investments, and kind of band-aiding kind of along the way here. And we bootstrapped and IKEA hacked, and we've done everything that we can DIYing to make it to this point and everything like that. And it's because, for those of you who know my history, I never started the business with a proper budget. I started the business 7 years ago actually, with less than $30,000. And in order to grow it to this point, I've had to reinvest everything. I've had to take no salary because we had to debt finance everything because of revolving debt, and a whole slew of other such things that I won't bore you guys with. But ultimately, the business kept growing year over year. There is a reason why we were able to make it this far, or keep going, because the business kept growing. Now, a lot of you may hear, well, the money that I'm trying to raise right now is true. So our goal initially right now is to raise $250,000 between the lifetime memberships, donations, live gifts, bit donations from Twitch, subscriptions, creator fund money, and the private investors. So we have an overall goal to raise $1.5 million. And before you're like, oh my God, for a company like ours trying to scale like we are, that's actually very little money in the grand scheme of things for those who understand business. Because in order to scale like we need to do, the amount of resources that are needed, that not just the human capital, but everything else is a lot. But I budgeted out and I found that number to be the exact number that we need at the bare minimum to get where we need to without giving up too much of what we currently have. But I also know that that's, in my mind, it's a pretty far-fetched dream to raise that much in our current state. So my goal right now is to at least hit the 250K. And what the $250,000 is, I know, again, it sounds like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. I don't downplay this whatsoever. But where that is going towards in my entire current staff and being able to hire additional staff. Current staff-wise, I want to be able to give everyone some raises. Because when we first started off last year, now keep in mind, me and my three business partners, we pretty much collected no paycheck for the better part of the first 5 years of this business and stuff. We got by borrowing money, getting into debts ourselves, personal loans, a lot of refinancing, just with the help of our extended families. To be honest, is how we made it this far. But this past March in 2021, I got encouraged into doing. We were just starting the franchising process, and a good handful of you actually were interested in like a lifetime membership type situation. And so we did our research and we figured out a pricing, especially since we didn't have any signed contracts at that point in time. We put it out there and we sold a good handful. We sold about 30 lifetime memberships. We were shy of our 60 goal. So we were trying to sell 60, we sold 30, we sold half of it, but we still raised enough money to hire on a full team to take over the home store operations, so me and my business partners can transition to fully focusing on the franchising efforts. Everyone, including ourselves, started at $10 an hour, and that's where we're at. And now keep in mind, the store is fine. A lot of you may be hearing this and be like, well, aren't you making enough money at the store? Aren't you then failing as a business? It's because the store is right now covering the income, the payroll for the store employees and the 4 franchisee employees. So that's an additional burden on the payroll because of the team that we have to do. Because until we get these stores open and they're operating and they're successful and everything, the income is going to be slow coming in from the franchise side. Building a franchise business is not like a snap the finger success, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of work that's involved, and that's why most businesses that start franchising do have a startup capital and whatnot in the beginning, which we did have to raise. And again, for those of you who don't know our history, we did come out of COVID, but during COVID, we were actually about to declare bankruptcy and quit. We reinvested every last dime that we had, and my family did one all last in effort, changed the business what it is today, and then we went viral on TikTok. And then through COVID and still through now, because of the business going viral multiple times, actually, a lot of people were interested in franchising the business. So we decided to move forward with that. And we were able to raise a small amount of capital fund to go ahead and fund that process. Because back then it was about $100,000 just from the legal fees, registration fees, and consultation fees just to get us being able to start franchising. And so we're there in the process. But throughout this last year and everything, we were able to raise additional funds as well. So, I was able to go on salary up to $35,000. I was able to bring my store manager up to $38,000, so above my pay and everything. And we were able to at least guarantee pay for the rest of the year through the money that we were able to raise last summer at those levels. Like, trust me, we didn't raise as much as I'd hoped, but we raised enough to get by and do our jobs and everything. And the store teams, I gave them, financial numbers to hit. So I was like, hey guys, we're being transparent with our numbers. You hit these goals, we're gonna give you raises and everything. And we did it. They kept hitting certain milestones. And actually right now, as of current, our lowest paid employee is now at $15 an hour, working 20, 30 hours a week. I have several full-time salary members at between $30,000 to $37,000 right now. And we're all around the same area. So I'm not paying myself any more than my store managers or anything like that, because it is a team effort. And the thing is, they have their own respective lives to take care of and everything. But right now, the funds that I did raise throughout the summer and everything are starting to run low. I'm not shying away from it. I'm not hiding it and stuff. It's just the nature of business. When you budget out for 9 months and then 9 month passes, you gotta reevaluate where you're at and what you need and everything to go forward. And what we're trying to do moving forward is, again, even if we don't raise the full 250, I've actually sold enough at this point to at least guarantee my staff's pay, current paycheck and stuff, through the end of the month. And we're actually confident between the handful of individuals that have already committed to purchasing additional lifetime memberships, we're going to be covered through the rest of the winter. So, I mean, that's a win for us, because then at least our expenses are covered for the next few months, and gives me more time to figure out an additional solution, open up more franchisees, etc. But still, I'm trying to do my best so we can start off better. You know, we've always been working kind of behind the ball. You know, we've always been behind, but we've been always progressing forward. But for once, I would like to be properly fueled and ready and just go on this journey properly, you know, equipped. I think that's the best word here and stuff like that. And so, like I just said, I'm mentioning again, you know, if we're able to hit these numbers, it's going to be giving everyone raises to the point where my lowest paid staff member is going to be at $18 an hour. Highest paid member will be at $45,000. So again, like, just it's a decent raise for everyone, but we've already talked to everyone and we budgeted out, hey, if we hit these numbers and we're able to pay this much, how much would this help? And it would help a lot of them greatly, including myself. He said, I do have a wife and 2 children to take care of. We are also going to be guaranteeing full benefits. So health insurance, dental, vision, that's going to be included as well as a signing bonus as well too. A lot of them are going through their own respective personal issues right now. And I know, and I've spoken to each and every one of them, and we know that just a few $1,000s per person equal. Not anyone's going to make more than the other in terms of the bonus and stuff, but we know that it would help them all individually in different areas and stuff. And because our philosophy has always been, you know, do our best to take care of our people, to take care of our customers. Because if they're not right at home, how do I expect them to be right at the business and stuff? So then that's where I'm at. And if we're able to raise, and that's actually doable with the first 100,000, by the way. So if we're able to raise, 150. So the 150, we're going to be, I have ranges to make either budget work. But if we're able to raise the full 250, I will also be able to hire on an additional 2 to 6 additional employees. Because on the franchise side, the 4 of us right now are severely overworked. In terms of the 4 of us are doing the job of almost 20 people. And again, I don't see myself seeing someone giving us a blank check for like $1 million or anything. So I just can't hire 20 individuals. But if I'm able to hire 6 new people, that's 10 employees for the franchise side of the business, we'll be able to delegate enough to be able to properly support our existing franchisees, work on our marketing efforts, get the website completely overhauled. A lot of the digital stuff can be taken care of just by the team alone. And that's why the 250 is my realistic goal, while the 1.5 is the far point. You know, that's like the far dream here if we can get the right investors on board. And if you guys are wondering what we're trying to do for like the long-term investment side of things, ultimately is so we can get ready for the distribution side of the business, because now, because of the account freezes and just everything that's going on with the supply chain issues, distributors aren't freely opening up new accounts like willy-nilly, and they're pretty much telling us to sub-distribute, meaning I have to stock and purchase items for now. I have to get prepared for 10 to 15 stores. So we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars per month in merchandise that I have to order and purchase and rotate. And so we don't have that right now. And so I have to figure that out. And even if we don't raise that amount, there's other avenues I've already been starting to explore and everything. But if we're able to raise the 250, I have a few months to work those situations out. And that's why the 250 goal is the most important goal for us right now here, because that team will allow us, you know, again, just to hit up all those things I just mentioned. But again, it's to ultimately support the overall community. Because the better we support the existing franchisees, with the better research and information and work that we're able to do to help new franchisees get their funding, get their buildings, and get them open, the more stores we can open to better then serve more people in the community here. So ultimately it comes back to everyone. And I don't think I need to speak on that because I've already shown it. If you look back on my 5-year video on my personal channel, that's going to be listed here. I have shown that, and I've continued that. I have constantly shown that I will work through anything to make this happen one way or another. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at here. But for the sake of my team and my family, there's a point in time, I can't keep doing this the way we have been. The way we need to scale, the way we need to start supporting more individuals on an exponential level. I gotta start stepping up my game a little bit here. And so, this is why I'm reaching out to you, the community, for a little assistance here. Because again, I can already hear the counter arguments here. Well, you're just trying to sit here so you can just retain your ownership and not sell your equity and stuff like that. You're just trying to be selfish so you can make all the profits and just pocket all the money. Number one, again, all the money that I'll be raising, let's say I actually achieve the 1.5 million. Only a small portion in terms of the payroll, my raise to 45,000 is coming to me. Everything else, it's going out. A large portion of that budget is going to literally go to moving our home store to a larger facility, full renovation, so it becomes a proper flagship store, so that it's a proper cookie cutter model. Franchisees can come in, they can train properly and get an idea on how to design their stores. And most importantly, my home store community has a kick-ass place to go and play and call home. It's my way of giving back and thanking them for the first 5 years of this business and supporting me for 6.5 years through now. It's a large portion, and that's going to be a big budget to get that to happen. And then another budget, as I mentioned, the distribution side of the business. Another large portion of it is to marketing. So we can attend convention, trade shows, and get out there to sell more franchisees and also interact and be able to come see you guys face to face and just thank you guys in person. There's a lot that's going to be involved with the branding side of the business. And as I already mentioned, the working capital side of it, to hire the team that we need, as well as support the current team that we have to continue the work that they have been doing to really build this company so that by the end of the year, I can say we have more than 10 stores that are open or are pending. We have a solid team and a foundation, and then we're ready for the next step. That's what we're trying to get to. But again, who's going to keep me accountable? And that's all of you. My staff knows this. I'm constantly transparent with them with the numbers so they know exactly what I'm making, where the money is going and stuff like that. And so the first people to call me out are going to be my own staff members, obviously. And then ultimately it's going to be you guys. If you don't see me doing what I say I'm doing, well then, you know what? If this business fails and everything, I've risked everything for nothing. So I have a lot to lose on top of what to gain here. And lastly, I keep saying lastly, I do apologize, profit-wise. So right now I control about 75% of my business. I'm the majority holder of, the franchising and Gamers Heaven and stuff. If I raise these funds, I'll put it this way, if I'm able to raise it through the lifetime membership and donations, I retain a lot more of that equity and everything. And a lot before people go cry wolf, well, there's people who advise me against selling most of my equity, because if I give up a lot of my ownership now, and eventually when we need to raise more money to scale the business even further, do a major technology integration, you name it, we're talking tens of $millions in the future, or hundreds potentially. I need to be in a position where I don't lose control of my business, because the last thing I think anybody wants to see is us becoming another GameStop, where we expand across the country, we offer great service and people like coming in, then all of a sudden there's shareholders involved and they're the ones that control the company, hedge funds, and all of a sudden the focus of the business changes. I don't think anybody wants to see that, including myself. I went into this and built this for a different reason. And so I've already committed, and my company has already agreed, and my franchisees have agreed as well too, that first off, 10% of the profits before any shareholders, so non-shareholders, non-invested members, employees and stuff, 10% of the profits go right back into the staff. And by the way, this is also considering that we are going to be constantly reinvesting the profits too. We're already going to be budgeting that more than half the profits get reinvested into the business to continue to grow it. But whatever profits we decide to pay out, it's going to go, 10% of it is going to go to the staff. And then when we do the investor breakouts, so when we have to pay dividends and everything like that, I'm going to be committing up to 33% of whatever my cut is, and proportionally. So if I end up selling my ownership stake, I'm going to keep increasing the amount that I share of our profits, the team and my staff members, and this is also including the franchisees too, by the way. So the franchise employees, they would either get a gift card or stipend or a gift from the corporate store to thank them, because while they're not technically our employees, they're the franchisee employees. It's our way of thanking them for doing what they're doing. And again, you guys can keep me accountable. If one of these years in the future, it's like, guys, I made $1 million in profit, or I made $10 million in profit. And if you don't see videos of employees of the Gamers Heaven stores receiving gifts or opening up gift cards or getting vacations or whatnot, getting invited to freaking Disney World, you name it. If you don't see me taking care of them, you call me out on that BS. Because that's what I committed to and that's what I said I was going to do. I could be setting up myself for failure by kind of planting all this stuff and everything. But you know what? I just want to make sure that, you know, a lot of people keep saying, I keep saying if we succeed, and a lot of people keep correcting me and saying when you succeed. Fine, when I succeed, and when we achieve those goals in the next 5-10 years, I don't want to change. I don't want to let money and finances get to my head and get me to turn away from why I started this business and company. And don't get me wrong, you know, this is a for-profit business. Of course, I want to be rich. I'm not going to hide it. I want to have a nice car. I want to go on vacations all the time with my family and kids. I want to give them a good life. I want to do all that, but I want to do it right. I don't want to do it by exploiting a group of people. I don't want to do it by exploiting my staff members and whatnot. If my customers are happy, if my employees are happy, if my franchisees are happy, everyone's having a good life, I think that's the point in time that I can call, you know, I'll be like, you know what? Yes, I'll be good there. And so I'll leave it at that. I firmly believe, and my family believes, my partners, my business partners, everyone agrees that we believe that, you know, we'll be able to keep each other accountable and that, you know, we're going to be able to make it. Again, if you watched this part of the video, I thank you. I actually really appreciate you guys even watching almost 30 minutes of me talking and stuff. But this is what happened during my live streams and stuff. So a lot of you who can't make my live streams don't get to see this and stuff. But, you know, this is pretty much what I talk about and, you know, what I like to share. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to either email us or contact us and stuff. We'll be more than happy to let you guys know. But every little bit helps. Even if you can't donate, for those of you that message me constantly saying that, you know, we can't, you know, sorry, I don't have enough money to donate or do anything, but just wanted to say sorry. I'm like, the fact that you're apologizing, saying sorry that you can't donate money, but you still want to support us, that's still supporting us. My staff members see that. Trust me, we were able to make it this far because of our passion for the community base and your guys' support. We're just seeing if we can take it to the next level as a community here. And so that's kind of where we're at there. So, and then lastly too, I know some people did ask if they could buy multiple memberships, and they can. You just got to use different emails, but you can use the same name so we know that it's the same person who owns it and stuff. But each lifetime membership will be tied to an email address and everything. Thank you very much again, guys, for considering and watching this part of the video. Again, even if you can't do anything, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. And very, very, very last point, before you make fun of me for the $500,000 donation button there, I had to try. It's like buying a lottery ticket. I know I'm not going to win. I know it's not going to happen, but you know what? You gotta try anyway, in case there's one random person out there. It's just like, I really like what he's doing and what their team is doing, what their brand's gonna stand for. F it, let's do it and stuff. So, you know, we'll see. You know, if I get like, I don't know. We'll see. You have to try. But thank you very much again, guys, and thank you very much for your consideration.